Welcome to the Preeminence Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew J. Peters, founder of Ascend. Be sure to grab your ultimate guide to preeminence at preeminence.tv. Today we're talking about Leaving the Batcave. So tune in, listen up, and get ready to take a focused action on your message, mission, and presence to create accelerated results starting right now. I remember when I was about 9 years old going to the library. This little library had this giant book about Batman. And it was some of the first comics all the way into like the 1960s, 1970s. All these comics were in one huge, thick, heavy book. And I was able to see the progression and the story of Batman, about how he overcame some of those fears when he was a child, how he felt abandoned, all those things. And so many people identify with Batman. So many people followed him in his story and him being alone on this journey of the hero. And in the early 90s, I think it was, Batman came out in the theaters. I was so excited. It was the first and only movie I've ever stayed in line overnight to see. And I wasn't disappointed. And then we went into the 2000s. More and more Batman movies came out. Really cool thing is I found out that Christian Bale and I share the same birthday, just born a few hours apart. And the thing about Batman is he has all this money, Bruce Wayne. He has this Batcave. He has all these special equipment in his utility belt, and he has the cars, the airplanes, the motorcycles, all this cool stuff. But what if Batman never left the Batcave? Would he still be Batman? Think about this for a moment. So you have Bruce Wayne. He has all this money. He creates this Batman character. He has all the computers. He can monitor what's going on out in the world. He knows that there's all this destruction and evil and corruption going on around the world. He's just watching it. And he chooses to never leave the Batcave because the Batcave is safe. So he doesn't have to get his hands dirty. He doesn't get a punch in the face or get shot at in the Batcave. He can hide in there and no one will ever know that he's Batman. But the thing is, he will never be Batman. He will never realize his true self staying in the cave. One of my good clients, I remember early on, I had shot some videos for her and I helped her get her message out into the world. And one of the things she had said in her testimonials that I helped her leave the cave. Matter of fact, I detonated the cave behind her so she could never go back into the cave, because the cave is that place of safety. The cave, sometimes we see that as, I'm the guru, I'm working on myself. Someday I'll be good enough to figure this stuff out. I figured it out and then I can go help people. And in that meantime, people are hurting. People you can help right now are in pain. And you're choosing not to. You're choosing to step back and watch them be in pain because you're afraid of facing a pain yourself. Batman is not Batman sitting in the Batcave. He's Bruce Wayne wearing a costume. He's Bruce Wayne with a bunch of toys. How many times have you felt to yourself that you are sitting in the background allowing things to progress in things you may call evil, things you may call darkness, things that are corruption and stuff that you know that you can help, that people are in pain and you're not doing anything. You're sitting in the Batcave, waiting for people to call upon you, waiting for people to walk by and knock on your door and say, hey, would you help me if you have some time? And yes, sometimes people do come to us. They find out because we've never talked about it before. We keep it all hidden that we actually have these skills, these talents. We've taken these trainings for years and years. We've read all these books. We've mentored these people in the past, but now we're the hermit. We're being quiet. We're being humble. And someone told me once that your humility sometimes can be the thing that you're hiding in. A lot of us have shame in our promotion. We feel like, maybe we shouldn't see ourselves as being so big. Maybe for myself, I was thinking, why would I use the word preeminence in a podcast? How can I play at that preeminent level every day? Sometimes I'm recording these in my car. Sometimes I'm recording them in my closet, in my bedroom. Sometimes I'm recording them here in a podcast studio, somewhere where it should be recorded. Sometimes I have notes. Sometimes I don't have notes. But the preeminent part is keep moving forward, knowing that whatever I'm saying here, it's going to touch one person and it's going to help them understand something just a little bit more clearly. And they're going to be able to be the hero in their lives. You see, when we sit in the cave, when we're quiet, for those like a year and a half, 2 years, I was quiet. I was sitting in the Batcave. I was letting everything go on around me without saying anything. I was pissed off at what the industry for coaching has been doing to people. People have been just giving money, hoping that they're going to get something in return, and they get nothing in return. I got so pissed off, so disillusioned that I didn't want to be associated with that anymore. So I hid in this cave. And it wasn't until I was challenged by a mentor of mine, someone who I see as a mentor. They challenged all of us in this room. They said, you need to be speaking every day your truth to get out there and to help people. And so I took it upon myself to go out and help people somehow, just starting, figuring it out, stumbling along the way, learning as I go. And you're going to learn as you go. Your action step is to leave the Batcave. Your action step is to leave the guru cave where you think you can just meditate for the next 30 years and then be enlightened for yourself and keep it to yourself. Your enlightenment, all your skills were never meant for you. They're meant for everyone that you touch. You will never realize yourself as the teacher without any students. You will never be the guru without any followers. You will never be the mentor without any mentees. Your fear of not being perfect is paralyzing you, and you need to drop it. Your action step on your path to preeminence is to leave the cave. Go out, start speaking your mind, stumbling as you go up that path, every day getting better and better and more clear and more precise and reaching more people more deeply because you are risking it all. Life is worth the risk. Leave the cave, and I look forward to hearing from you what kind of wonderful things you're going to create in other people's life because you left the cave. This daily podcast is all about you becoming the preeminent voice in your marketplace. So take the consistent and necessary action each and every day on what you've learned over the last few minutes. When, not if, when you're ready to take your business, your organization, your name, your brand, and your commitment to the level of preeminence, head on over to preeminence.tv where you can download your own copy of the Ultimate Guide to Preeminence, enroll in the Elevation program, and join us on one of our next live events. If you're not subscribed, simply visit iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play right now and click subscribe. Until tomorrow, make today and each and every day count towards creating preeminence in your space and a legacy that matters.